How's it going, guys? It's Psycho Plays playing Psycho Game for Psycho Face, and today we're playing some Loop Hero. Give me the loops, brother. So I've seen a lot of people playing this game, and it just looks so freaking fun. It's a roguelike. It's kind of like a more of a retro type looking game, and it's like it's honestly really hard to explain. It's a great game concept. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to go through the story, but just excited to get into it. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. The stars in the sky are going out one by one, but no one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there is still hope. I need to make it before it's too late. The sound of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed. Even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no chance of bringing it all back, there will always be someone who is willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, without memories. Alright. And, as you guys can see behind this nice little chat box over here, we're just going to call him Hero. Behind the Hero, we have a loop, and it's a game map. The little guy over here kind of goes around automatically, and monsters spawn, and he fights automatically. I control all of the equipment on the right side over here, and there's cards that drop that allow you to change the battlefield, and that's really where the fun comes in. It's a little bit like DMing, Dungeons and Dragons. It's kind of cool because you're kind of controlling the battlefield rather than controlling the characters. But yeah, let's go through this. Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head is killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff in the sky. This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? Just standing there won't do me any good, I guess. Really bad at narration. Planning. Change between adventure and traveling through the map, and planning. Stop modes. Press switch, right click, or space. Alright, cool. Hope I'll be able to find some shelter before nightfall, if such a thing as nightfall even exists without the sky, of course. So I guess that there's just no sky in this dimension either. Kinda cool. Pay attention to the day progress bar on the top left. So this is day progress, and then this is the boss meter. This will fill up as time goes by. Let's see, new enemies usually appear at the end of the day, so when this goes through, we'll see more slimes kind of spawn. To continue the journey by changing the game mode, press space. Alright, yeah, cool. And then when I start putting down stuff, you'll see this kind of move up here. I am going to set it to 2 times speed, just because this is my first time playing it, but I have seen a lot of episodes. Shout out to Christopher Odd. He has a great series on it. I think like 35, 40 episodes right as of now. So, if you want to binge into the series, check that out. But either way, yeah, let's continue the journey. A living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They digest anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory and everything will go back to normal. So, yet again, fighting will happen automatically. It will pause if I highlight my hero, or if I highlight a slime, or if I highlight equipment. So this guy has 13 HP, 3.13 DPS, I guess, and attacks per second is 60. Okay, so he just does 3.13 damage, and his attacks per second is 0.6. Alright, yeah. There's a couple other things over here I don't know about, the artificial life, liquid, whatever. My stats right over here, I just have damage 4 to 6. And then, I believe that as the fight goes on progressively, my guy gets stronger, but that's just a fighter thing. When these bars fill up over here, that's when the attack happens. Seems like we kind of have the same attack speed right now. hard to fight with your bare hands, I think there's a weapon in the remains of this thing that's not fully digested. So it's pointing out over here, we have an axe, we have these 4 equipment slots that we can use. It looks like there's more, but that's for later. I'm not exactly quite sure if I can unlock more. I know that there's different characters, but I could at least drag and drop something into here, and now dragging this, so where my damage is 4 to 6, I drag this into here. I think I remember that there was a grove nearby, whatever, blah blah blah. Now my damage is 8 to 12, because my base damage plus this. Which I guess my base damage is 4 to 6, and now I added on 4 to 12. So there's Grove over here. It wants me to slap down over here. These cards, typically there's ones that go on the outside of the map, and then there's ones that go on the map. They all affect you differently. I'm probably going to hover over them and read them for the first time. But these things are going to start piling up and really change the game, which is great. So, a general rustle of leaves, a crack of a dry branch, and a feeling of being watched. I love that explanation. Spawns a rat wolf every 2 days. The wolf can move to an adjacent tile. A rat wolf is just a wolf with the face of a rat, and it's a bastard, a rat bastard. So we'll drop that down, and now we will continue. So I'm going to pause it here. As you can see, it is a new day. With a new day, I believe that there's some healing if you have meadows. I know you heal when you go through the camp, you heal 20%, but this over here shows that there is a rat wolf over here, so we're going to go in and fight it. So I'm doing about 10 damage average over here, and I got more cards. Forest rat wolf. I was right. Some emotional stress, a few colorful images, and a bit of adrenaline, and everything will be forgotten like a bad dream. Or remembered as a bad damn. It's a good thing nobody is listening. That's exactly how I feel when I'm narrating things. So let's see. You can get new items and cards during battle, as you probably already noticed. Some items have unique abilities, and as do most cards, by hovering over the item. So I'm going to be reading these. So this over here, this is a more rare item. I believe item rarities are gray background, blue, yellow, and orange. I believe. And that's for all equipment slots. There's a couple things over here. There's a rock. It's not just a rock, it's a boulder. Its magnificent appearance gives you strength. So there's more things that these can do, but just for now, it does give you plus 2 HP and plus 2 HP for every adjacent rock or mountain. So we're going to throw this up kind of in the top left over here. Yeah, we'll go pure top left. And forest, I don't know what this is. Let's see, thick forest, nobody knows what could be lurking inside of it. Plus 1% hero attack speed. Okay, so let's put that on the bottom right. We'll kind of keep them opposite from each other. I don't see much people use forests, so maybe no one really likes it, but try it out and see what's up. So this gives me the same amount of damage. You can see the little equal sign over there compared to the axe. However, it gives me 9% chance of evasion, which is something I don't have over here yet, so now there's a 9% chance that enemies will miss me when they're trying to attack. So let's put that up there. Great. So there was a mountain over there, and here's a forest. Well, I mean, you know, kind of. I control that, my man. The world is just like new. The branches and stones in my backpack are sure sign of that. Some of your actions will yield resources that you will need later on, but not right now, but that shouldn't stop you from looking at them right now. So typically you collect resources. I'm just going to keep this expanded, but stable wood and preserve rock, you will get resources as you go around. Some of the stuff on the map will give you parts of resources, some of the stuff that you put down will give you parts of resources. And I believe fighting and other things will give you that. However, we'll get into why we're going to need that later. I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen the game yet. Now going through the camp, we're going to heal 20% of our HP. Also, a new day happened. No monster spawn. But there we go. Back up to 252. I think it's time to get some rest. The game itself is a journey on a looped path, loop hero. Only you will decide when it's time for the hero to return to camp. Either you or the fangs are and the claws of your enemies, of course. You can retreat at almost any time, but also a special animation will let you know when it's safer to do so. So on the bottom right over here, click this. So if we leave, we can keep everything because we're at the camp. However, if I was on this tile and it was looking pretty bad in this tile and I wanted to leave, I could leave, but I'll keep 60% of my stuff, and then if I die on the battlefield, I only keep 30% of my stuff. So we'll keep that in action, but do I have to retreat? I don't want to retreat. Okay, I guess I'll retreat. Whatever. It's a terrible map anyway. It's cold and dark here. Small fire can solve both of these problems. Let's see. Nice place to set up camp. This is when all the resources you gather comes in handy. Make enough stone, so let's build a campfire. There's a building map, guys, and I don't know what all of these do, but I know what a couple of these do. But let's set up a campfire. Let's see. There is 20. Hero restores 20% of his max AP upon entering campfire tile, so that's always active. Let's build this right in the middle over here. Congratulations, you've beaten this annoying tutorial, but you can now start your first expedition or not, do as you wish. I'm not the police, I'm just a tutorial. Just double check this over here. So let's do, hopefully, another loop. I want to keep these to about 30 minutes, but I'm not quite sure exactly how long the loop takes, if I need to cut down and edit some stuff, but let's at least get another good loop in here, even if we go over time. So let's click, and now we have this. Alright, so let's go on another expedition. Let's start. We got our hero, we got sands in the background, and let's start. A new beginning. His path. Everything's wrong, but I remember. It looks like a completely different place. It's empty again. Do my actions have any meaning? ... Is this ... called ellipses? I don't remember. Like I have a choice. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, I am the worst savior of all. Let's do it. That's a really good way of putting that. I like that. Alright, so I'm going to pause it. Yet again, we have our camp. Everything that we put down on the last menu is gone. It's a roguelite. You don't start off with anything, and that's the great part for me about this game. It is a new day. We have 2 times speed. We have a lot more slimes in the path because it's not a tutorial and they're going all out. So let's see if we can fight things, get some loot, get some loops, and let's go for it. Alright, right off the bat we have a pretty good armor set. This not only gives us more max HP, but a 10% chance to counter. That 10% chance to counter means that if an enemy strikes me, and I don't know if evasion counts in this, but if an enemy strikes me, there's a 10% chance that I will immediately strike back, and that will not take up any of my attacks per second. It's just a free strike back. There's a cemetery. This spawns a skeleton. Probably gonna slap this on the corner. So every 3 days spawns a skeleton, and let's get a mountain right up in the top corner, right under Mr. Litchi. Nope, can't do that over there. We'll do it over here. Alright, so now we have preserved pebbles. I think in the tutorial they gave you the full stack, but 10 pieces of this form a full stack of rock, like we saw beforehand, and we're going to see that with the grove as well. So let's continue on. And as you can see, that counter happened there. So I got hit for 5 and then immediately was able to strike back, not dropping anything. This is a lesser piece of armor. I'm just going to hold on to it, don't need it. Spider cocoon. Not really a fan of the spiders, but you know, we're going to need to kill something, so we'll put it over here. Alright, so let's pause it over here. So that just spawned spiders. Got another mountain over here. I'm going to kind of do that. And let's see, so we have a ring that's going to give us evasion. So we have a 9% chance of evasion. Everything collects and adds up over here, so these numbers are my full stats. added up with everything over here. Gladius, so this is going to give us more attack, so we're going to go from 4 to 6 to 8 to 12. Honestly, if I put that spider a little bit further down the path, I would have had an easier time. Alright, we have a battlefield over here. It spawns a chest. Enemies on the tiles around it can be ghosts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here to kind of cover these 4 tiles. You can see it has a little range of it spawning. So it will spawn a chest in one of these 3, which is cool because if you break it, it gives you usually some good loot and usually some good cards. However, anything in this blue area of effect over here, if anything dies like a slime, it has a chance to come back as a ghost and continue to fight you. Oh yeah, I forgot the description, so it smells of blood and steel. And then this one, a silky bastion of 8-legged hunters. Place for the dead. And for some of the living occasionally. So lastly we have a beacon, a worthless landmark in a world with no direction. When you have this over here, you get 40% movement speed and plus 20% speed for all units. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but I mean I'll put it over here. And let's continue on. Right, and as you can see, more damage coming up over here. Rambo, First Blood achievement. You got another mountain. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put rocks in between. I'm not quite sure what the significance of that is yet, but I heard it's generally a good thing. Now, we can either get more magic damage, which is kind of like damage that goes through defense. Monsters have defense with our normal damage, but magic damage cuts through that, so I'm going to replace that. 9% evasion isn't a lot, and I'm not really going for an evasion build right now. We have a shield right over here. As the aforementioned defense, we have that, so we're going to put that on over there. So now we're a little bit more resistant to regular damage. It's going to be a new day now. And we are now one-shotting the slimes. Ooh, just not. Yet again, the beacons I really don't care about. Road lanterns I am going to place down because it decreases the maximum amount of monsters on the tile. I think initially it has it to 4, however it can stack. So if I have this over here, this tile up over to the north, the spiders, only 4 of them can spawn. Otherwise, more of them can spawn off there. If I put this one here and another one here, well, everything in the overlapping blue section is going to be 3, and so on and so forth. The beacon I'm going to keep. There is a meadow. I'm going to put it next to the battlefield to activate it, so that way I heal 2 HP at the start of every day. However, when I put it next to something, it allows me to heal 3, so it's actually blooming meadow rather than regular meadow. Flowers get feel for the world and bloom with pleasant smells. Alright. Anything else I didn't read? No. Alright, let's go. One shot. Oh, good counter. So, as we can see, we got our first treasure chest over here. Hopefully that yields a good result. And now sometimes chests can turn into mimics. They just attack you back. I don't know if that affects their loot, but they are hard-ish. Got a better piece of armor over here. Let's hover over it. It's going to stop the fight. This is a level 2 armor. It is blue, but it's going to give me more defense chance and a lot more health. However, I don't think that we have any health issues currently. I like the counter chance. I'm going to keep that. And as you can see, we clearly used it. So let's see. Oh no, I want to pause it. Okay, so we got some stuff from there. Level 1 sword, same damage, and same defense. Now this is a treasury. When you place it down, So it gives a random resource after placing anything on an adjacent tile. Can't be built into anything. So let's put this over here, because basically with the treasury we want to put things around it to open it up and get a whole bunch of stuff, items and cards. Let's see. The thick walls guard all kinds of riches from thieves and previous owners. This is a rock. Its magnificent appearance gives you strength, 2 HP, and plus 2 HP for every adjacent rock or mountain. So we'll put that right there. It's going to give us some pieces. As you can see, we've been collecting, we have some pebbles, small stones that still remember how the world used to look. When you hold them, you're able to vaguely remember it for a few seconds too. Ration small amount of food. Surprisingly, it can still satisfy one's hunger. These things are real luxury now. Noticeable change. What? Metamorphosis. What? Okay, cool. This is enough to turn the caterpillar into a butterfly, a seed into a sprout, a drop of water into steam. Will turn itself into something too if you collect enough of it. And lastly, stable branches. Somehow the memory of these sticks wasn't lost. 12 pieces of stick form a beam of stable wood. Alright, let's go through. Now this is an Oblivion card. It's really cool because you can drag it out to anything and it will erase it. So we can keep it there for now just in case we get some tiles that we don't want. Sometimes when you spawn in rocks or mountains or something, or villages or whatever, I think that's later, you get some unintended consequences. So if we come across that, we will try to deal with it. However, let's see, a bit of the Lich's magic causes anything to be totally forgotten. Erases any established tiles, erases monsters from the road, so I can also use it to just get rid of monsters as well as tiles. And if there's a tile behind monsters, I believe it gets both. Quick recap before we move on. That's fine. Damage is 8 to 12, max HP is plus 111 with all of that, and my armor, magic damage 2, defense 4, counter 10, and HP per day plus 3, so every day I get 3 more health added on. 290. Now we have a ring that gives us attack speed. That's not a lot of attack speed, so let's just move on. Let's fight the skeleton. Skeleton doesn't attack as fast, but did drop a level 3 blue armor. So let's see. Significantly more max HP. I'm definitely going to go for it in defense, so we're just going to do that. So now we have 537 max HP, but we're at 411, so it's really good. No more counter chance though, so it is what it is. Now, looking over here, this is our level of loops. Every loop level kind of makes enemies stronger. I don't know exactly if I can find that information anywhere, but yeah. Also, Vampire Mansion. If you put a Vampire Mansion down, what it does is any monsters that you face on those tiles themselves become, or not become vampires, but they get vampiristic qualities, and you also fight a vampire with them. So I'm going to put that down over there, and we'll hopefully get some good equipment from that. Another spider cocoon. I keep on getting level 1 weapons. Gonna pause after that battle. Ooh, alright, that slime dropped a lot of cool stuff. So, we have a battlefield. I'm probably gonna put it here. I probably should put it there. No, that's afterwards. I got a rock. I'm gonna put it here. We have another grove here. And spider cocoon. Put it right on the corner. So let's continue on. Back off, human. A vampire? Where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I would be glad to offer it. No more lands. No more flock. Only hundreds of years of emptiness. And hundreds of years of hunger! Gah! I like that. It's really cool. Vampire sprite. Ellipses. Save yourself while you still can. I don't know how long I will be able to keep my head straight. What 100 years are you talking about? Your mind is easy to trick, but you can't trick my hunger. It demands a share. Every sip, every drop of blood will go to satiate it. I'm too weak. But you can help me and I will set this crumbled world right. Actually, is this still the vampire talking? Maybe. Right. I'm doing this not just for myself, but for everyone. In the name of good. So be grateful for my hard work and just let me bleed you dry. Now when there's two enemies over here, I'm not quite sure how the attack order goes, but we only attack one at a time unless we have damage to all. Alright, so finally a decent shield. Vampires often owned our lands. They kept the peace and helped our settlements to prosper. But this won't do it all. Now they are just pale shadows of their former selves, both physically and mentally. Apparently the blood of other creatures can't sustain them. He wasn't joking about the hunger. Even the creature that stands near him are imbued with the power to devour someone else's life. So what he's talking about is the fact that the vampire not only had vampirism, which means that a percentage of his attack came back to heal him, but also gave that to the slime because he was next to it. Alright, let's pause this real quick. We got a meadow. Let's start putting it around here. Ooh, that was a risky spot because it is going to be hard to put something over here that's not a road lantern. However, we're getting some random items over here, still getting that's balloons, so we get +3 more per day, leaving us to a total of 6. Our person's over here, daytime is still going. We got a level 1 shield drop. I mean, we got this too, but I don't care about that. Try to keep everything good level or above. Now, because this is yellow, we get 2 things on there. So not only defense +4, which is equal to what we have, we'll definitely going to be using it, but also counter +7% and evasion +6. So hopefully that little bit helps boost us, but it's not going to be a lot. Alright, we'll fight this chest. Not a mimic. Cool. And that is going to give us a level 3 ring. Damage to all, counter chance, and regeneration per second. So regeneration per second is great. So that's just going to start ticking up even while in battle. Damage to all, so actually outside of battle and inside of battle, it's going to be +0.6 per second. Counter percent chance, that is going to stack with the counter percent chance that we have already, bringing it up to 14%, which is going to be a lot better. And then magic damage to all, that's going to replace our magic damage, but instead of doing 2 penetrating damage, we are going to do 4 damage to everything on the tile at that moment. So let's replace that and move forward. Which damage to all is great because we're hitting everybody over here with that. Really weakening them. Alright, so we got a significant amount of meadows. Let's just drop this over here. And we're just going to work to open up this nice treasury. Nope, cannot. Alright, we got a better sword, so let's immediately equip it. 8 to 12, that's going to, yeah, it's going to give us 12 to 12 things. Another meadow, and bloom this off of here. So now our healing per day is +21 rather than the +3 that we started with. We are going to see that real soon. Alright. Not a mimic. Awesome. Got some pretty rare rings and a decent shield. So our defense is going to go up to 9. However, I like the counter and evasion chance. We got these 2 rings over here. This is going to be at level 3. So our magic damage is going to go up. Our damage to all is going to go down a little bit. Keep the regen. And we have, instead of counter, a little bit of evasion. Our evasion is already at 6. I'm going to keep what we have now. Alright, that's a really good looking shield. So our attack speed is going to go up, our counter and evasion is going to go down. That sucks, but our defense, which is well needed, is going to go up to 15, and we are going to attack a little bit faster. Okay, got a mountain. We're going to put that over here. Got a meadow. Meadow over here, and I'm going to put one, I'm going to keep this one. Can I move these? No, I can't. Okay, so let's put a mountain over here, keep that meadow, keep that oblivion. We got a level 2 shield and a level 2 ring. That ring does a lot of counter, but keep it as such. That meadow. If I can get like a road lantern or a spider silk or something, that would be great. Alright, still not a mimic, perfect. And that is a level 4 ring. So we're going to keep the damage to all. We're going to increase our attack speed, and we're going to add vampirism, which is going to be 8%. 8% 12, that's like 2.5, but that kind of stacking with the regen, I think it's going to be a little bit bad in the counter, so it's just going to keep us healthy. Did I say 8.5? I mean, like 2.5-ish, 2-ish. Yeah, we got a better weapon over here. This is just going to be more damage, let's tack that on. Our damage is 15 to 23, so that 8% vampirism is going to go further. A level 5 shield and a level 5 good shield. So, we're going to lose a little bit on defense. However, we are going to get more evasion. Bringing our... Do we have evasion chance right now? We do not. So, giving us almost 10% evasion. So, almost 1 out of every 10 attacks is going to miss, which is going to be great. But also, vampirism is going to stack and move up from 8% to 17%. So, essentially, on our top end, almost giving us +4 per hit. Adjusting in the seat, and let's move on. Alright, so now we got 2 spider cocoons. I'm going to drop them over here. And as you can see, we got a whole ton of resources, weapons, and cards. Because, oh no! Okay, so before anything else happens, this stuff sucks. Let's see, that is going to give us a little bit more damage. It is also going to give us plus 10% evasion, allowing it to stack up to 19%. That is almost 20, so almost 1 out of every 5 shots are going to miss. Plus 6% vampirism, giving up to 23, so that is almost a quarter of the damage. You stack that over there, so 23, 2.5, 5, 5.2-ish, something. That's a guesstimation. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. We don't really have regen. Evasion is going to go down. Defense is going to go down. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty baller. We have a really good vampirism set kind of going right now. I'm going to put a couple meadows over here because I don't want to lose them. I'm going to put a rock over here. And we're going to keep on going. Hopefully we can get another treasury. Ooh. So, this is going to be magic damage, so this is actually a lot of damage, but we've been losing on 6% of that. However, this is same damage. We have a chance to counter. I like the evasion a little bit more. I'd rather not get hit. It increases our defense though, which is good, and it gives us a little bit more vampirism. But that is not needed right now. So we're just going to move through and attack this dead boy. Attack dead boy. That is just about the same. It's going to give us more evasion, but I'm not stacking evasion right now. Although it would be nice to not get hit. Alright, spider face. The Luke's brother. Seems like we're coming out with a net positive. Ooh, where did that gargoyle come from? Either way, nice. It's like a truck. Level 6. What do we have? So we would be dropping 6% vampirism for a 9 to 13 increase in attack, which is, I mean, honestly, it's really worth it at that point, because if we go from 6 to 19, well, actually 23 to 17, I think we're gonna actually get more health back, maybe. Also, damage to all, so it's going to be 4. Everybody's going to get hit for 4 damage. That's really good, especially if we start getting bigger mobs. Do you want to place this down? Let's place this down over here. See how that works. Alright, so we're attacking that wolf first. Sometimes it changes targets, I don't know why, and that turned into a mimic. Goddamn. So, pause it real quick. We have a road lantern. I am going to put over here as to prevent a lot of things from spawning. But also, put a vampire mansion over here. Let's see how that works out. Mountain over here. And that's going to give us a goblin camp. Because the goblin camp is so close to the vampire, I'm not going to allow it to happen. I am going to oblivion it. I'm going to put a rock over here, and we're going to see a special thing happen as